fracture between Israel and much of the rest of the world appears to be widening after the United Nations Assembly overwhelmingly voted to endorse a declaration towards a two-state solution with Palestinians. The pledge finished with 142 votes in favor. Today sets the stage for a major upcoming meeting where world leaders are expected to recognize a Palestinian state, an event that Israel and the United States are boycotting. Jason Gaidola joins us live with more. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Manisa. That meeting is scheduled for September 22nd, but this weekend, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will hold his own meeting with Israeli officials on Gaza following Israel's plan to expand settlements in the region and the latest airstrike in Qatar. Yesterday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other officials placed their signatures on a controversial plan that involves a new settlement in the West Bank and a stern pledge against a potential Palestine state.
אנחנו אמרנו, לא תקום מדינה פלסטינית, ואכן לא תקום מדינה פלסטינית. המקום הזה הוא שלנו. אנחנו נדאג גם למורשתנו, גם לארצנו וגם לביטחוננו.
The expansion proposes cutting off East Jerusalem from the Palestinian territory and make way for new housing. However, others call the move illegal and a detriment to peace plans in the region. Meanwhile, over in Gaza City today, Israeli airstrikes continue to ravage the area, including a missile hitting an evacuated apartment building. Palestinians have not stopped scouring through the rubble while Netanyahu's government and military look to take full control of the region. However, much of the international community at today's UN General Assembly had different plans.
Draft Resolution A/80/L1/Revision 1 is adopted.
During Friday's session, 142 countries voted to endorse a declaration that outlines a tangible plan for a two-state solution.
We heard a voice that this is not endorsing peace, but endorsing something else by all those who voted in favor of this resolution is an illustration of saying, yes, we have a plan. Yes, we have a detailed roadmap for peace.
12 countries abstained from the vote and 10 others voted against it, including Israel and the United States. The vote comes ahead of a world leaders meeting on September 22nd, where nations like Britain, France, Canada, and others are expected to formally recognize a Palestinian state, an event that Israel and the U.S. have boycotted. The latest appears to widen the gap in reaching a peace deal between Israel and Hamas, as IDF bombardment hasn't stopped, nor have Hamas released all hostages.
That Israel has the right, indeed the duty, to defend its people after the horrific terror attacks by Hamas on October 7th. But from our trip, from our observations, from our first-hand accounts, it's clear that the Netanyahu government has gone far beyond targeting Hamas.
Israel's offensive went across other borders, following airstrikes in Qatar earlier this week, believing they were targeting Hamas officials, an attack that left U.S. President Donald Trump frustrated.
How do you think Israel's attack in Doha will affect the hostage deal?
Well, hopefully it won't affect it at all. We want the hostages out, and we want them out soon. Hopefully it won't affect it.
Now, Trump is set to meet with Qatar's prime minister right in the midst of tensions between the U.S. president and Netanyahu.
Unilateral bombing inside Qatar, a sovereign nation working very hard and bravely taking risks alongside the United States to broker peace, does not advance Israel's or America's goals.
In the meantime, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to board a plane for Israel and meet with officials there, a sit-down that will include Rubio explaining the White House's priorities in the war and the region's security.